Today, we're going to dive deep into the real stories of what it's like for millions of people in China who are just trying to survive under an absolute mountain of debt. We're going way beyond the headlines here.
You know, it all boils down to this: money. For so many people, their entire lives, their businesses, their homes, their dreams were built on credit. But now that the economy's hit a downturn, that whole foundation is starting to crumble, and it's leaving a lot of folks in a really tough spot.
Okay, just look at this number. Seriously, let it sit there for a second. There are no commas, no currency signs. It's just this huge, overwhelming figure that's almost impossible to wrap your head around.
So what is that massive string of digits? Well, that's 82.84 trillion yuan. That's the total household debt across China. It's a number that's big enough to shake an entire nation. But see, a number that big can feel, I don't know, kind of abstract. It's easy to forget that behind every single one of those yuan is a real person, a family, a story. So the real question is, who is actually paying the price for all of this?
To really get what's happening to individuals, we got to zoom out for a second and understand the sheer scale of this crisis. Let's put that 82.84 trillion yuan number into some context.
So get this. That mountain of debt is more than 61% of China's entire GDP. Think about that. It's a massive weight on the whole economy. But the real burden, as we're about to see, is felt by everyday people.
Okay, we've seen the big picture. Now, let's zoom all the way in and meet some of the faces behind these staggering figures. These are the personal stories of financial ruin. First up, meet Dai Long from Shanghai. This guy was living the dream, you know? An entrepreneur who poured everything he had into his own restaurant. But when his business went under, that dream quickly became a total nightmare. Just listen to this quote. It's raw, it's terrifying, and it shows you this isn't just about a balance sheet. For Dai Long, this debt pushed his family to the absolute unimaginable brink.
And you might think, oh, it's just small business owners. But no, this crisis is hitting people in every corner of the economy. Take Wang Lin from Heilongjiang. He's in the tech industry, a field we usually think of as booming, but he got caught in the trap too. Wang Lin's story points to another huge piece of this puzzle: the property market. For years, real estate in China was seen as a guaranteed win. But now, for so many people like him, those sky-high mortgage payments have become a financial anchor just dragging them down.
And then we have Zhang Yo Xia, right in the heart of it all, in Beijing. She's staring down an enormous debt of 2.6 million yuan, and she's watching shops close down all around her, seeing the downturn with her own eyes.
Her words really capture that feeling of complete desperation, of hitting a wall. But, you know, there's also this flicker of defiance in there, right? That feeling of having nothing left to lose, so the only thing you can do is fight back.
And that's what we need to talk about now, that crushing weight. It's not just about the numbers on a page. It's about what this kind of pressure does to a person's spirit, to their mind, to their very identity.
I mean, just look at this. It's night and day. This is the story of one of Dai Long's friends. He went from being a successful horse farm owner to working brutal 12-hour shifts as a delivery driver. And the craziest part, he still owes over 1 million yuan. The fall is it's absolutely staggering.
When every door seems closed, when the debt feels like it's never going to end, that emotional strain can just become too much to carry.
And tragically, this is the result for some. These aren't just statistics. Ren, a business owner, Bi Guangjun, the chairman of a huge company, who left behind a crushing debt and a final heartbreaking message. I'm sorry, everyone. It's just the ultimate devastating price of this crisis.
But even in all this darkness, people are finding ways to push forward, to endure. So how do you do it? How do you keep going when it feels like your entire world has just fallen apart? Well, this survival guide comes from a guy named Yang Kai, who's in the thick of it, owing 2 million yuan himself. And his advice is really all about the mental game. He says you have to just keep living, keep your head straight, face it head on, and, this is key, let go of the shame. For him, the battle starts in your own mind.
But then there's a totally different way people are coping. And it's pretty chilling. For this person, it isn't about fighting back. It's about a complete emotional shutdown. When the problem feels too massive to even think about, numbness becomes its own kind of shield.
And that's really what it comes down to for millions. All those ambitions to get ahead, to build something, to thrive, for now, they've been pushed aside. They've been replaced by a much more basic goal: just make it through the day.
And that's the question I want to leave you with. When an entire generation of entrepreneurs and workers and families has to shift its focus from building a future to just surviving the present, what's the long-term cost? Beyond the money, what is truly lost?